Yo, what's good, boys? So this is a client interview from my boy Evan. Him from 7K to 20K in just over a month, which is pretty fucking insane. Zeke recorded this Ibon. So yeah, if you want to book a call, there's a link below, and I'll talk to you soon.
This is client interview with Evan. He actually used to be my business partner a long time ago. And then there was a lot of stuff that just kind of happened with his health and whatnot. I'm not going to get too crazy into it. But yeah, it's a crazy story. Now he's here in Dubai with me. I mean, like me, Marco, and Kiwa have skilled him up crazy. 20K his first 20 days with working with us, like dead ass. I mean, obviously, Evan, you can confirm that too, right? But yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, me and Zeke, we were partners for like 2 years ago. We met in the agency space, right? And basically getting started and everything like that. We went through a bunch of different things, and from every single thing, I learned something. So I don't regret joining anything specifically. But basically, with joining with these guys, the biggest thing is like QA specifically, like basically kind of told you like, okay, do this, right? And it kind of became a thing where it's like you're either gonna do it or you're not. To the point where it's like if you don't get back to this guy within the day, he's kind of like, "What are you doing?" So it's kind of a thing where it's like, basically, you are kind of pressured. Like you're more nervous instead of you being nervous about it working out. You're more nervous, like, okay, like, are these guys gonna be on my ass for not working hard enough? So basically, they're gonna put out a blueprint for you, and basically, all you need to do is actually do the work. And I know it seems kind of crazy to even say something like that because there's a lot of people who have these like courses and whatnot, but they're very like outdated information. With these guys, they're basically paying like to get the newest things like on the spot and things like that. I know they recently just increased their price. The thing is, you're gonna be able to find guys cheaper than them. You're gonna be able to find other things out there. But at the end of the day, these guys are gonna tell you exactly what to do. And then you do it. And then if you don't get results, that's on them. But the thing is, it's not really gonna happen because basically they have a network of guys knowing what works and what doesn't. So they don't have any interest in telling you it doesn't work because then I would be having this interview if it didn't. So basically, that's kind of yeah, kind of wrap up like how it kind of helped me grow for sure.
Yeah, and it's like so me and Evan, so we were friends like before we actually locked in. So we bought a course, bought a mentorship. We're already like what 18, 20K in debt already, like that we just gotta figure out. So we're like, oh shit.
Found the clothes, right?
Yeah.
Found clothes.
Yeah, we have to like fucking like lock
I
in.
remember that.
Yeah, ice skates. I was selling my fucking old hockey shit. So like it was the start of the year last year where me and Evan like really were like, okay, we're starting an agency, we're gonna lock in, and that's what we did. And it was like first month and a half, we scaled to 10K a month, and then we actually lost all the money. We just spent it on like MacBooks, and then we had software, and we had mentorship payments and course payments and whatnot, right? And so there was a period of time where me and Evan were simply just grinding in our room, and I have the videos to prove it too. I'm sure he has some pre-recorded videos of just fucking like, 12, 15-hour days every single day, just grinding in to make it work. And then it got to a certain point too where Evan ended up, just having some health problems. I'll let him explain more about that. And where we really had to split off, where it was kind of like, okay, like I got to run my own agency, right? And now, that's where, I kind of skilled and whatnot. And then after that happened, Evan saw that and he kind of got back into the agency space. So, and then it got to a point where I was just scaling my agency. And then Evan kind of came back from the sickness and whatnot. And at that point, me, Marco, and Kiwa were running a mentorship, getting crazy results. So we're like, bro, just sign on to the mentorship. We're going to scale you insanely fast. And that's exactly what he did. And it was literally 20K within the first 20 days. Like, I think it was the first few days, it was like 9K or something like that.
Yeah.
So it was like crazy results. I know we obviously have screenshots and proof to show this, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy because like with the situation, like I'm not gonna get into specifically what happened with me because I don't want to go on the whole side tangent. But basically, with like kind of the situation where me and Z split up at partners, I was just kind of like, I don't want to hold you back. Like go in and basically learn everything you can, like keep scaling. Like don't wait for me, right? So he's that's what he did. We both split up. He goes and grows his own agency. Now the thing is, with like this is a thing that most of you guys don't have that really they're gonna actually benefit with you. Like Z actually had to meet up with a bunch of other agency owners, and it's not like, the thing is, yes, these guys know a ton of stuff. They didn't figure it out all by sitting in the room, like, alone. They basically met with guys, and everyone shared what they had working, and they made the network of, like a hive mind of learning. And essentially, like, you guys currently don't have that. And they only met the guys they know, like Kiwa, Marco, Zeke. They know each other because of they got in networks together. You're not going to get into a network with these guys for free because realistically, everyone wants to charge you for something, right? So basically, at the end of the day, if you put in money and you get out more money, why wouldn't you invest in it? So it's pretty simple at the end of the day when it comes to doing this. And I know a lot of people have a lot of doubts about it, but I mean, I know everything they do is kind of guaranteed and it's very simple. Like you do it and you get results or you don't. And really like just think about if you don't sign on, if you're just there at night and just kind of like, well, what if it could have worked? But then instead you don't even try. And with me and Zeke, that's the situation we were in. We were willing to try no matter what.
Yeah, and Evan knows this too. Like, if you put in the work from what we teach you step by step, like exactly what Evan did, then you will get fucking results. The only way that you do not get results is if you're lazy and you just don't put in the work, right? It's simple as that. I mean, like Evan, like literally signed on. He's like, okay, I'm gonna get this shit together. I'm gonna fucking lock in mindset, all the systems that we put together, and 20K in the first 20 days, right? He actually got the result. It does like things can change that fast from going from like, a couple thousand or $0 a month to multiple six figures a year. If you guys just lock in and put in the work. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's a scam, it's a pyramid scheme. No, it's not. You're running your own fucking business. And this shit is actually possible in the online space. That's what a lot of people don't believe because they're stuck with their like matrix mindset that thinks like,
Yeah,
oh, I have to do, make money the traditional way. Like, no, you actually can print thousands upon thousands of dollars online from your computer wherever you want and build a good, successful online business that actually gets results for your clients and yeah, also for yourself. So
no, yeah, in terms of the pyramid scheme thing, I mean, like, I know people who have gone to college to become teachers, and then basically they go to college to become teachers, then they become a teacher, but they study to be a teacher and they never learned a thing to teach. So the thing is, with being a pyramid scheme, in general, if you're gonna learn something, who do you want to learn from? Someone who's did it. So by that knowledge, like everything's a pyramid scheme. Because why would you want to learn how to be a baseball player from someone who's never played baseball? Why would you want to learn how to do computer science if someone's never did computer science? And it's the same thing with this. Like you can go and buy a course from someone who hasn't did this for years. You can go and like read some books in college. But at the end of the day, like you want to just work with people who are doing it and not doing it a while ago, but actually now. And I think the biggest thing with these guys, they actually still do have an agency. So that's a big deal.
yeah, me, Marco, and Q all still run our agencies, like Evan said, and like what we're running here, like this is an actual business. Like this is your own entity. Like it's not no like bullshit where we take commission off of you, right? You pay for the information. You're just paying for simply information, right? The only way you can't scale an SMMA or social media marketing agency or whether that be e-com or whatever it is, right? It's because you lack information. You lack the skills, you lack the systems to actually scale in that business, right? And that's exactly what we're giving you. And that's why obviously you scaled, very, very fast. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's pretty simple. Like, if you want someone to actually work with and try it, like, there's no really better place to go. Because honestly, in the like the SMMA space, whatever, like obviously there's been a lot of guys in the space, but basically a lot of it, it just seems like there's like a lot of theory and there's good things you can learn, right? But at the end of the day, things change rapidly. So if I teach you something, it can kind of get outdated quick, right? But these guys, they're on the ball and they know what's working and they're basically sharing that with clients. And again, with the price being whatever the price is be what by the time at the time of the recording, what they're gonna charge, it's like if they charge lower than that, you realize everyone's gonna do it and it's not gonna work. So basically, there's a reason why we want people in who are actually going to basically get results, not people who are just going to get in, complain, and then like be lazy about it and then go back to leaving. Which actually, I've seen some people in my time actually being in the group. Some people join then actually just leave without even doing the work, which is pretty insane as well. So
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. And the reason like we charge the prices that we charge, right, is because it deems results, right? If you go buy a $200 a month course, right? I mean, think of how like there's probably hundreds of thousands of people in there, right? And then the whatever, the system you're trying to use is just going to get oversaturated fast, or it's probably just a bunch of BS, right? With us, obviously we're charging a lot more because there's actual value attached to it, right? There's actual value. That's why we have these mentee retreats, right? No person that has a huge course that sells it for 100, 200 bucks a month is going to have a retreat with, a couple hundred, couple thousand guys, right? So that's why we charge the prices that we charge. We actually give you good systems, right? It isn't a bunch of bullshit. You actually get fucking results. You can make multiple six figures a year within your first couple months of working, even for your first month, right? That's definitely possible. So
yeah, no, it's pretty simple. You come in, you do the work, and then you get the results. And the thing is, with SMA as well, like being an entrepreneur, like obviously at times it can kind of be like a lonely path. But I think being able to meet up with other guys, in your network in your group is a really good thing. Because another thing about some of these courses, like you have guys in there in the 30s and 40s, and there's nothing wrong with starting a business at that age. Like of course, do whatever you're gonna do at whatever age. That's awesome. But the thing is, as someone being like a young kind of in the space and trying to meet people similar, I feel like this is a great way to actually meet people your age and actually beyond just like, okay, you're making money, but what's the point of making money if you're just alone in your room all day? Like, there's not really a point to it. So that's another aspect to it. You're gonna get people around you that have the same kind of beliefs and mindset, and basically you have a reason to do it. Because sometimes it comes down to, okay, I know the work I got to do, but why should I even work on this? Like, because there's no point. But basically, if you have people around you and they're all on a similar mission, you actually have that sense of like fitting in. So instead of like everyone being in school and the fitting in is drinking or whatever it may be, the fitting in is okay. Let's actually grow and like let's develop.
So yeah, I guess, in like 6 to 12 months down the line, where do you kind of see like you going from, hit like 20 between 20, 30K months, where do you see yourself going to, you know?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, I think just like being around people and being other people who are doing way more, it's just kind of like it's kind of motivating to see, and you actually can kind of get a taste for what that's like. So I think the biggest sense of it is like basically instead of you comparing yourself to like the people around you in your town or whatever it may be, you can compare yourself to actual people who are on the similar path. So I think like to where it's gonna go exactly. I don't know if I have a exact number in mind at the moment, but just the fact that you see people around you doing more, it just kind of like motivates you to do better in your own.
Right. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, no, for sure. Okay, cool. Cause then I guess like I know a lot of people are probably on the fence with this. Obviously, investing the amount they have to, invest, and then the time commitment, what they kind of have to change in their life. Um, I guess like for people that are on the fence, what would you, I guess, say to them? Like on the fence of joining this.
Yeah, well, I mean, what it comes down to, like if you're on the fence of joining, is you got to consider this. If you join and do everything they say and then you don't make money, right? Well, then basically you're gonna be like, okay, that was their fault. Now the thing is, if you join and if you the thing is, these guys actually will help you, right? But the thing is, basically, what you're gonna do is if you don't try, is you're gonna have this nagging thought at you forever. What if this could have worked? And you're gonna be doing whatever you may do, whether it's college or your job. You're gonna be there wondering like, okay, could have it been something more? And I think just the peace of mind, even if I joined and I failed, which I didn't, and this stuff works, right? But the thing is, even if I joined and I failed, I would have more like contentment just because I know, okay, I did what I had to do. I did the best I could, and I can sleep with myself at night because of that. So it's pretty much that simple.
No, exactly. And like, here's the thing, like you're gonna get the fucking results if you do it. And for some reason, if you literally do everything we tell you to do, right? And do not make money, right? If you don't profit, like you don't make, hit 10K a month within that 3 month range, then we literally refund you everything. That hasn't never even happened. And I don't think it ever will happen, right? Because the only way you don't succeed is if you're, just a lazy fuck. But if you guys put in the work, you will get results. So all right. So yeah, I mean, I guess kind of the end of the interview. Skilling
Yeah,
Evan,
me and Sneaker are about to go hit the Aura pool in Dubai.
Aura pool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Aura pool, crazy shit happening. Probably jet skis, supercars, rent that. But yeah, that's how Evan literally went from, what was it, a couple thousand a month, or was it?
Yeah, it was like 7, 8 thousand.
Yeah, 7, 8 thousand a month to 21K a month within
Couple weeks. Yeah.
a couple weeks. Like literally the first 20 days. It's been 20 days and he made 20 grand. First joining us. So yeah, that's basically it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Definitely more client interviews, to come and whatnot. And if you guys also want to book in a call, there is a link in the description. Just click that, book in a call with me, and you're going to be on a call with me, Kiwa, or Marco will join too. We're all going to talk about what we do and give you guys everything. And then, yeah, so that's basically it.